Hey, it's Greg Milby, Community Storyteller for Kentucky's Heartland, and this is Josh and Emily Johnson here. We are talking about a wonderful event going on in our community called Tools for Schools. It's a little early to be talking about getting back to school, but it's really not too early when we're talking about needing people to help us with school supplies.
Right. It's not too early to prep.
All right, so give me the who, what, when, where, why on Tools for Schools.
So Tools for School is, we have partnered with Grace Heartland Church. We have partnered with 3 schools this year, GC Burkhead, Lincoln Trail, and Morningside Elementary, to help families that need a little bit of extra help do some back-to-school shopping. Josh and I have been involved with Affordable Christmas and some other things like that, and realized that Christmas time is when everybody wants to help those who need some extra help. But that's not the only time of the year that they need help. So we got to thinking, what is another time of year, another big event that families need extra help, and school shopping is not cheap.
It's not, and as we have school-age kids, and I can only imagine for those that are financially strapped,
right.
Putting those lists together.
Mm-hmm.
So you have contacted with the schools, mm-hmm. and so it's just not a free-for-all school supply thing.
No,
it's
bring not.
Stuff in. So we have like dedicated lists, so you know exactly what is needed for each one of these schools.
Yep.
And so when somebody helps out, they are literally going to be helping out a specific student get the list that they need.
So the way that it works is we have coordinated with the schools, and the school resource teachers, the FRCs, have, I wouldn't say handpicked, but they have reached out to certain families mm-hmm. that they know could benefit from this. So if you sign up to adopt a kid, then you will get specific information on what to shop for. As for the school supplies, it's every school supply that you can imagine, from backpacks and notebooks and pens and crayons and scissors and calculators. It's everything.
So what if there's a business that wants to make a monetary donation, or maybe their group wanted to pool their money and mm-hmm. buy specific supplies? Could they contact you and say, hey, we want to be like the crayon people. We want to be able to take care of all that.
I'm not going to turn anybody down.
Okay.
But yes, absolutely. Monetary donations are, that was huge last year, because last year was our first year, and being the pandemic, a lot of people just didn't go out and shop. So they just wrote a check. If you want to do that, it just gets made to Grace Heartland Church. We have a special fund for that, mm-hmm. so where when it gets kind of to crunch time, we are able to figure out what we still need to shop for. As for a business wanting to maybe shop for a kid, we did have a couple businesses last year that did that. They reached out and they pulled their money together and shopped for a kid.
So, and this is not about Grace Heartland Church. It's about the community. Grace Heartland just happens to be the vehicle
yep.
that delivers this stuff in a way. But so, Josh, talk about this for you. Why is this so important for you to be involved with?
Well, again, like she said, I mean, we've helped out with Affordable Christmas and see the help, see the hope that it brings these kids to get these things. That's what this is doing. I mean, when you go back to school, my kids go in there with their new outfits, their fresh haircuts, their back to school supplies, new book bags, and they feel good about themselves. And the kids that the parents can't afford that for them, we want to help them to bring that confidence to them. Walking in the first day of the school, they're proud with their new book back on, walking in with the confidence that they can walk in and learn and have the same advantages of every other kid in the school.
So it's like going, when you play baseball, you got to have a baseball glove.
Yeah.
And so you wouldn't show up to a baseball game without a glove, hoping to be able to play as well as the other kids. So
right.
We're giving everybody an even playing field to mm-hmm. start their education process
Absolutely.
for the year.
That's what we've said. We're giving them the tools to succeed in the classroom.
So if somebody wants to be a part of this, just thinking this is an amazing idea, what should they do? Is it okay, here's a list for one specific child of what kind of shoes they need, or what they're looking for in outfits and what their school supply list is, or is it a bulk situation?
Well, if you go onto the Grace Heartland website, you can sign up to either adopt a kid, and then you get specific information on that one kid. So you can go out and buy them an outfit that will fit them, shoes that will fit them, clothes.
Their likes. I mean, we get specific as in, these are my favorite colors. I prefer skinny jeans. I don't like leggings. I mean, it is super specific so that when that kid opens it, they know that that was bought with them in mind.
And that's important because every kid has their personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, saying, hey, here's a pair of blue jeans and a pair of shoes to get your school year started off that doesn't fit your style
Right.
and how you like to project yourself. Getting what they want and how they want to get started is an even bigger booster.
Yeah.
And then as far as the school supplies goes, those are just donations, and they are set up on the different tables in the church. And when the student comes in that day, they can go physically. If there's 100 folders sitting there, they can pick out the color folder they like. They can pick out the color pencils, the markers, the crayons. They even get to take the extra stuff that a lot of our kids take in, the Clorox wipes, the tissues.
Yeah, the Ziploc bags, the paper towels, all the stuff that the teachers really appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
But that the kids feel special because it's like, not only did I just walk in with a new book bag in my, my lunchbox, but I get to give extra because they don't always get to do that.
Yeah.
So our hope is that when these kids walk out, they feel loved by people that they don't know, that they will never meet, and that they feel loved and looking forward to going back to school.
So on the day this event happens, which is
Saturday, July 31st.
Saturday, July 31st. Now, we're not giving it a time because it's not a walk-in event.
Right.
It's one of those that the day the event happens,
those people have been identified.
And taken care of. Now, if somebody wants to volunteer that day, because I'm sure this is a lot of work for you guys, and I'm sure a lot of stress when you're starting to line up things, but it probably pays off. I mean, if you've done it one year, but you've done other events as well, that day that the event happens is a major payoff for you guys because the feeling you have is...
Oh, it's the biggest blessing ever.
So if somebody wants to help be a part of that day, I think we talked before, they need to be 18 years or older.
Right.
But do they sign up to volunteer for that day?
So you can go onto the website, and we'll give you the link for that, where you can sign up to either adopt a kid that we talked about, where you personally shop for that kid's clothes. You can sign up to work the day of the event. You can sign up to help set up a couple of days beforehand. And you can even sign up to help organize, because I'll go in periodically and sort through everything so I can see, okay, we need to make a push on folders, or we need to make a push on Clorox wipes, whatever. And so we kind of organize that. So you can sign up for any of those, all of those. I'm not going to turn you down. We will take the help. We ask for the 18 and older for the fact that these kids are coming in to shop. So even our kids help go through supplies, they help set up, but that day they are not there because it's their peers that are there shopping, and we don't want any uncomfortableness for anybody.
Yeah, and what I love too is, and no offense to anybody that does a backpack type of an event, but you see they buy a backpack in bulk where they're all the same color,
Right.
they're all the same style and same brand. This is different because this doesn't identify the kid as having needed assistance. This is
Right.
a kid that's I've got the supplies I need to start my school year.
Yep.
So that day, do they just show up and the ones that are identified and they go through and they go home, or are there other things taken care of too?
Our plan and our hope is to make this a day all about those kids, where they, like I said, they feel loved, they feel special, they look forward to going back to school. So when they get there and they come with their parents and they have a designated shopping time, they show up. We have the big IKEA bags so that they can put all their goodies in there. And the first thing they do is they make a beeline for the book bags because they want to pick their favorite book bag out there. And then they'll try and find the matching lunchbox or whatever makes them excited. And then they shop with their school list throughout the entire gym. Everything is organized where they get, and we give them their school supply list. We know what school they're coming from, what grade they are, and we'll say, this is what you need to shop for. And we let them pick out everything. What color pencils do you like? What color notebooks? Everything. And even the older ones, because we do the elementary schools, but if that family has a kid in middle school or high school, they're included.
Awesome.
So we do the calculators for the middle school and high schoolers, and then we also send them with water bottles, hand sanitizer. They'll get a free haircut voucher, and then because you have to have a fresh style. Yeah.
Unless you're. I see you looking at me, John. Yeah. He's like, Greg, pretty much the same style all the time.
And then when they finish there, we'll send them outside, and we have inflatables set up for them, and then and some games. And then before they leave, they will get a voucher for or a token, and Kona Ice will be set up, and they get Kona Ice. So
awesome. Well, so it's Tools for School, and the link for all the information you need is at the bottom of the screen here. It's at Grace Heartland Church's website, and I just applaud you guys and thank you for the work that you're doing. I know it's not easy, especially when you do the first year during a pandemic. I mean, if that doesn't make
it can only go up from there,
yeah,
right?
if that doesn't make you want to fold up your trapper keeper and go home, I don't know what would. Of course, young people right now have no idea what I'm talking about.
Those are coming back, I think.
Well, I mean,
they were cool. They should come back.
Waiting for the fanny pack to come back.
No.
So this event is such a great thing, and thank you for the work that you guys are doing and organizing this, because it takes somebody to have the passion and want to make a difference, and I appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah. Well, they say it takes a village to raise a kid, and we totally get that, and so it truly takes a village and a community to help everybody out.
All right. Well, we talk about the people, places, and things making a difference in our community, Kentucky's Heartland. The Johnsons definitely making a difference with with this program here. Again, more information on the website that we've got listed at the bottom of the screen. I'm Greg Milby, Community Storyteller, and this is Kentucky's Heartland.